nothing I can do. If you don't want to put lotion on your hands, there's nothing I can do. Is that supposed to be my fault? You want me to lotion your hands, Queen?
Anywho,
You want me to?
no.
Oh, go ahead. Do the intro. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the True Health Forever podcast, where we try to live our best life through the lens of holistic health. My name is Sinclair Walker, aka
The
Health Nerd.
Uh-huh.
And as usual,
Come on.
I am here with my chocolate.
That's me.
Delicious. Deep voice.
Ooh.
Suave.
Talk to him.
Handsome.
Yes.
Co-host.
Ooh.
Creator of Black Wall Street, the board game.
That's me.
I kind of stole your thunder there, so my bad.
You all good. But what's going on, people? I'm Devon Truvel, and I'm happy to switch this. I see why you like going second.
It's nice, right?
Yeah, you get a nice little bump up. We go ahead and switch that every week, every other week, something.
I feel like normally I would have liked to prepare for that, but it kind of just rolled.
No. Yeah, it worked out. The chocolate, delicious, all that. Keep it. Well, that's in the script. But what's going on, beautiful people? So before we get into today's topic, I want to, and it feels weird on this side because I feel like I usually say so much more. I'm just like, I'm just going right into it. That's awkward. But interesting. So I didn't tell you the story yet. I sent you the text on privilege drafting, and then you were like, oh, what's the story? And I was supposed to tell you, but I'll just tell you right here while I'm telling everyone else. So I was going to Sacramento. They were renaming the UC Davis Welcome Center after the late and great Walter A. Robinson, R.I.P. to the King. So I was going up there for that ceremony, and I was running a little late for the flight. Okay, and I got there. I'm like, okay, ooh. They boarded at 7:45 or 6:45. It was 6:50, and I was in the security line. The flight was leaving at, I think, 7:30 maybe, right? So in my head, I had a little bit of buffer time, but it was cutting it close, and I was waiting in line patiently. I was gonna do my thing. I was gonna wait. If I missed it, that's my fault. I should have been there early. This young man comes up to be behind me. He's like, excuse me, my flight is boarding right now. Do you mind if I cut you? And a light bulb went off. I had never thought to ask people if I can pass them to go through the security line. And I was like, I don't mind you passing me if I can go with you.
Could I ride your coattail?
Yes. If I could go with
shoulder to shoulder.
100%. If I could go with you, we're good. Let's go. And he was like, sure. Like, doesn't matter to me. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's go. So he was showing people like, oh, sorry, I got to go. And I was just going right behind him. Yeah. Well, he said, yep, we going.
We got to go.
And then we get to another black woman in line. And he's like, excuse me, I got to go. My flight's boarding right now. Do you mind if I pass you? And she does the same thing I did. She was like, yeah, mine's boarding too right now. Can we go too? And he's like, hey, I'm not tripping. So it's us three just scooting down the line. Oh, excuse me. So then we get to the front, and literally I barely made it. Like, they were calling my name. Last call for Devin Walker Reed. And I come up. They're like, are you Devon or Devin? I was like, yes, I'm Devon. Like, okay, cool. Go ahead. So yeah, I barely made it. Long story short, how it segues into today's topic is I feel like there's a certain quality of life, and I feel like there are certain things that wealthy people or people that have privilege are comfortable doing because of their wealth and because of their privilege that even me, like, I don't feel comfortable doing because I'm not in a position of privilege, right? I'm not in a position of being used to having wealth to where I'm used to being like, oh no, if I want to cut you in line, I'm just going to ask you and you're going to let me cut in line because that's the right thing to do, or I deserve to get there in time. So it connects to wealthy habits because there's literally things that y'all can be doing that we can be doing on a consistent basis in order to live a wealthy lifestyle today. Right? No matter how much money you have, there are wealthy decisions, wealthy habits, wealthy tips and tricks that you can do now that will help you live that life of abundance later on. So we're going to kind of go through that a little bit. If y'all have questions, feel free. If y'all have other wealthy habits y'all think that we should be doing, definitely make sure you drop in the comments. Queen, are you ready?
I'm ready. But are you ready for some podcast?
All right, we're out. Yeah, I feel like when you were singing, it looked like the Titanic scene. No need to try to hit that note though. But so two quick definitions before we get into it. I think wealth is always kind of like a very general topic, and even the definition is also honestly kind of general. But I wanted to give y'all at least the definition that we're going off of from our homie Merriam-Webster. Right? Have we established that we're friends with this person?
Oh, is that what we've done?
Yeah, I thought so. I thought we were like, oh yeah, Miriam.
Because we're on the first name
Yeah,
basis.
we're on first name basis,
That's
right? So definition of wealth is an abundance of valuable possessions or money, right? Or money. I feel like we usually go to, oh, if you're wealthy, it's because you have a lot of money, but it's valuable possessions. And the thing that I also like about this definition is subjective. Right? What's valuable to you? If you have a lot of amazing people around you, if you have healthy food around you, if you have books everywhere, then you can consider yourself. You can make the decision to say, I'm wealthy because I have these things around me, right? Not because of how much money I have in my bank account. Queen, it seems like you have something.
Oh, I think that's kind of what was coming up is like, oh, and then that it depends. Like, there's not one definition of wealth. What's wealth could mean a bunch of art. It could mean a whole bunch of friends. It could mean a lot of different things. So I think it is really a mindset. I feel like it's whatever you choose to put around you in abundance.
All right. So I'm going to ask you to answer this question as well, but I want listeners and watchers out there to think about this. If you could be wealthy with any possession, what would you want to be wealthy with? Right? If obviously money, if money is your thing, cool. But it says valuable possession. So what would you want to possess that makes you wealthy? Some things that are definitely on my list. I love black art, and I feel like I'm wealthy in black art. Like I have an abundance. Literally, there's too much art for the walls that we have. Books, literally. Books is another thing that I love to be wealthy in, and I think being wealthy in loving relationships, right, which is one of the seven riches that Napoleon Hill says. But yeah, loving relationships I think are great, just having those great people to pour in. Queen, how about you? If you can choose to be wealthy in things, any possession, what would you choose?
So one of them that I thought it was like quality relationships, loving relationships, like fruits and vegetables, and like it was like, yeah, you can make whatever you want. Like, so I feel like, like not, I don't want to say food, but like healthy food that you can, like the source for like making different dishes and sauces and all that type of stuff.
Agriculture, farming, or use fruits and vegetables specifically?
No, like it could be agriculture, farming, all that. But just whenever I wish whatever I wanted at the time would just here's some wild caught salmon.
Out of you could get wild caught salmon.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You said wish.
Yeah, you're right.
Opportunity.
A wealth of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I feel like ideas are one thing, but I feel like to me the opportunity is the next thing. The opportunity to make whatever you want happen. That would be cool too.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I feel like a wealth of opportunity stresses me out personally, but
that's true, and I'm indecisive. Never mind. That would be a very, lot.
Very stressful for me personally. But if you want it,
hey, you can do this, but you can have this. You can have this. Ah!
Yeah, that gets
just roll the dice.
Literally stressful. But the next definition, so that's wealth. Number 2, we're talking about habits, and I see we got 3 folks in here. Much love. Thank y'all for tuning in live. Feel free to put your questions, your comments inside of Facebook or YouTube. We can give you a shout out.
What would you want abundance of if you could? You had a magic genie, and we just read the definition of wealth. It's abundance of something, valuable possessions. What would you want to be wealthy in? Drop it in the comments.
Boom. Thank you. Next definition is habits, right? So today we're talking about wealthy habits of the wealthy. So a habit is a settled or regular tendency or practice. A settled, regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up, right? This can be, it doesn't say it in here, but it's positive or negative, right? There's obviously bad habits and there's good habits. Having the audacity to ask the cut in line, neutral. I don't know if that's good or bad. But you know, waking up at a certain time, doing exercise every day or every other day, what you choose to put in your body, like all of those are practices that you're doing sometimes on a subconscious basis. Like sometimes what we choose to eat, when we choose to wake up, like we're not making that conscious decision. It's kind of on autopilot sometimes. Queen, anything you want to add to habits before we jump on into it?
No.
All good?
Yes.
Cool. So we're about to go into it. Again, feel free to put in your comments, but wealthy habits. Number one for me is setting your intentions. Right? I feel like wealthy people do things on purpose. It's not just things are just happening. It's like, no, this is the plan, and I'm going to manifest. I'm going to plan now. I'm going to be strategic about these steps so I can accomplish this outcome.
Right.
I'm on the fence about that only because I think I've getting into a point to where I'm only thinking about the future and I'm planning too far ahead to where it can be like, okay, I'm not understanding or I'm not appreciating the present. But I think in some form or manner, the wealthy and the successful people are doing strategic plans for their life. Period. Right. Some of that.
I feel like you can set your intention and still live in the moment. So, right. But knowing that whatever you're doing in the moment is still on your path to get you wherever you want. But that doesn't mean you have to be sitting in the moment thinking about what you're trying to accomplish, right? So I feel like once you've really set the intention and you've grounded in it and it's become a part of you, you don't necessarily need to be thinking about it 24/7. Right. So I feel like that's just what you need to work on. Is like, okay, yep, intention is there, but I'm focused in the now.
Yeah, I think breathing has helped me with that and some things that we'll talk about later. But in setting your attention, some things that we've been doing since 2018, I think, since PH, is setting your annual goals, your annual promises, like from yourself or from the people around you. What is it that you want from this year? Right? It can be health related, it can be business related, professional related, love related. It can be whatever, like you're setting your intentions for that year. And then something that we've also started doing maybe this year, I know myself a little bit, you've done it on a daily basis, but having like your annual goal, your monthly goal, your weekly goal, and then your daily goal, right? Like literally you have that big audacious goal that you want to accomplish for the year. You want to sell 1,000 board games. You want to get 5 health coaching clients. You want to start a film company, like whatever it is. Beautiful. Now, what are the small things that you need to do every week in order to accomplish that goal at the end of the year? Right. You good on setting your intentions, my beautiful bride?
Yeah, I need to get better at the goals. I feel like I do annual and then I do daily. I don't really do anything, in between. And I think the accountability call that we're on is helpful because usually at the beginning of the week they say like, oh, what's your weekly goal? But they always catch me off guard because I never have something prepared. And so I'm thinking of it. But I mean, it's still forcing me to think of it. But that just tells me like I'm not in the habit of creating a weekly goal. I'm really just like, okay, I need to get this done. What am I doing today? So I feel like I need to do like the in between.
Right. I think that like we started doing this with Truvel Forever as a team, right? We set our Q4 goals, and then in between there's like little incremental goals that we're trying to accomplish, and then we have our 5-year vision that we're trying to accomplish. And I think that's definitely helped me target what I should be doing, because I know there's always new ideas, there's always new opportunities, but it's like, no, this is literally what the team is working on. So Devon, don't be selfish. Right. If you decide to do this other thing that's not in the list of goals that the team has agreed upon or we're all working towards, you're literally being selfish because you're not putting the time in to the collective vision.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
No. So that's definitely helped me. So for you all, create your list of intentional goals, whether it's a family goal, solo goal, or individual goal, or a company goal, and then stick to it. Yeah. Right. So we do have some tips and tricks. If we can, are we there yet? Yeah. Let's go ahead and throw up that graphic on tips and tricks. We'll go through these quickly. I did a whole workshop on these and got some good feedbacks. We wanted to bring the wisdom, the wealth over to here. So number one, every day, right? And if you're waking up and you don't have the time to do it, then wake up maybe 15 minutes earlier, 20 minutes earlier. Write down one tangible goal that's going to help you get to that long-term vision or goal that you set for yourself. This can be for entrepreneurship. This can be every morning I want to kiss my wife. This can be every day I want to talk to a family member. Every day I want to do 3 push-ups, like literally whatever you think is tangible that you can accomplish within 24 hours and is going to push you closer to your goal. Number 2, this workshop was being done for 9-to-5 entrepreneurs that were trying to start their business. So this may not apply 100% to you, but if you are working on 9-to-5 and you want, go ahead, Queen.
Even if you're not trying to start your business, you can still learn something on your lunch break. So don't completely tune out if you're not an entrepreneur.
Facts. So use your lunch break if you're working a 9-to-5 to learn something. Literally get a book, read 1 page, right? Watch a YouTube video for 5-10 minutes, whatever it is. But use that lunch break while you're consuming that fuel, while you're consuming that food. Also consume some good information that's going to help you for your long-term vision or for your life. All right. Number 3 is set your business hours and most importantly, clock in. Queen, you want to talk about how business hours have helped us a little bit?
Yeah. So for us, I feel like, again, when you're working a 9-to-5, you have your hours. Usually, which you talk about 8-to-5, don't know what's called 9-to-5. Typically 8-to-5 or whatever the hours are, and you know that you have to be working during that time. But when you are trying to accomplish any goal outside of that, you don't have set hours to do so. So you need to set them for yourself. Okay, I'm going to do this, accomplish this goal from this time to this time today, or Monday through Friday, this is when I'm going to work on this goal. Whether it's going back to school, whether it's working on a certification, whether it's going through a real estate course, like whatever your goal is, set aside your hours that you're going to do that. Because I feel like you can have 2 type of issues happen when you don't do that.
Talk about it.
Either you don't do it at all, because again, if you don't set it, I'm going to do it during this time, you're leaving it up to your emotions.
Intentions.
Yeah, right. If you don't set your intention, you're leaving it up to your emotions when you feel like doing it. And that's once in a blue moon that you might actually feel like doing it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Or you have the other side of the spectrum, which is what we were struggling with. And that is, yes, because of this one, the workaholic. And that is when there's no set business hours, then business hours are 24/7. And that just means we're talking about work. We're doing work all the time. So for us, we
on vacation,
for real. I had to give him a limit. All right, you got until 11 a.m. Wake up, do what you want to do. At 11 a.m., the itinerary of vacation commences. Is that the word? Commences. Thank you. But yeah, it's set your business hours so that, again, either whichever spectrum you're on, you can set the intention and get it done.